Governor Rocha is accused of very serious crimes.
But no, excuse me. What have we said? Evidence.
Eso se deberá probar en un juicio.
Not all morning press conferences go according to the script. Sometimes, press questions cause discomfort, tension, and challenge the Fourth Transformation's narrative. In this video, we tell you how a reporter confronted the president by questioning her about the accusations surrounding Ruben Rocha Moya and Adan Augusto Lopez. On rare occasions, the journalists who attend the morning press conferences manage to put Claudia Sheinbaum on the spot. However, this time, it was Jorge Chaparro who succeeded. During the conference, the president was questioned about the investigations by the Attorney General's office that allegedly involve high-ranking officials in her government. In this context, Chaparro claimed to have had access to an arrest warrant against Rear Admiral Fernando Farias Laguna. It should be remembered that Farias Laguna has been identified as a key operator in a fuel tax fraud network and was captured in Argentina last April, after a red notice was issued by Interpol. On this topic, the journalist pointed out that the investigations also mentioned the Morena senator Adan Augusto Lopez, who is allegedly linked to facilitating promotions for leaders of this fuel smuggling network.
I had the opportunity to access the arrest warrant that was issued against Rear Admiral Farias. Senator Adan Augusto Lopez is mentioned as a probable participant in the fuel tax evasion scheme.
In response, Sheinbaum interrupted the journalist and replied that the case is exclusively the responsibility of the prosecutor's office, appealing to the institution's autonomy to avoid commenting on the investigations. However, Chaparro insisted that the public deserves information about an issue of that magnitude. To this, the president responded that the prosecutor's office has the responsibility to investigate, present evidence, and request arrest warrants when there is sufficient evidence, while a judge is the one who ultimately reviews them. Therefore, she did not have an opinion, although she assured that she was not aware that the name of the Morena party member appears in the files.
Have you not been informed that he was there?
The prosecutor's office has to inform. I have no knowledge if the senator appears. I don't know. The prosecutor's office doesn't share many investigations with us because it's their responsibility and they're autonomous.
On the other hand, and without letting up, the reporter also addressed the accusations that have arisen in the United States against the governor of Sinaloa, who is on leave, Ruben Rocha Moya, for alleged links to organized crime. During the exchange, Jorge Chaparro emphasized the seriousness of the allegations against the state governor. However, Claudia Sheinbaum intervened to emphasize that these accusations come from the United States, suggesting that they should be taken with caution. Even so, the journalist insisted that regardless of their origin, these are serious accusations, which is why Sheinbaum defended her party colleague and assured that in Mexico, no one can be detained without evidence. She stated that her government does not protect anyone and that if there is evidence against any official, it must be presented according to the law.
Governor Rocha is accused of very serious crimes, but no.
Excuse me. An urgent arrest order came from the United States. What have we said? Evidence.
Finally, Jorge Chaparro clarified that he was not prejudging the governor's innocence or guilt, but rather pointing out that there are serious accusations against him that would eventually have to be clarified.
I'm not prejudging the governor's innocence or guilt. I'm saying that there are serious accusations against him in the United States.
They have to have evidence.
Will that have to be proven in a trial?
Not necessarily.
Meanwhile, this is not the first time Jorge Chaparro has confronted the president. On previous occasions, the journalist also questioned Sheinbaum about contracts related to fuel shipments to Cuba. He noted that while Gasolina Bienestar is a private company, it uses public funds, raising concerns about a lack of transparency in managing its resources. In response to these allegations, Sheinbaum replied bluntly that the journalist was wrong. The president argued that these types of companies have their legal backing and denied that there is any irregularity in their operation.
How does a private company operate with public money, with public officials, but it's a private company that isn't required to provide information about the resources it receives? I don't understand that part. If you could help me.
You're mistaken. The contract between Pemex or one of its subsidiaries and the Republic of Cuba can be made public, as transparency law requires these subsidiaries to disclose their communications. The information must be provided, and there's nothing suspicious about how the Pemex subsidiaries were formed.
If you like this video, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell.